Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here I have another video, and this time it's gonna be about books. So I'm having here my November wrap up, all the books I read in November, and let's unbox again book of the month for December, because this time I did order it in time. So let's get started. First book I read in November is Other Birds by Sarah Addison Allen. This book actually took me most of November to read. It was a very slow read. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah, it took me most of November. So this is about Zoe. I wouldn't say she is the main character, but the story does start with her and her moving into an apartment building where there's only 5 apartments, and it's about how she interacts with the other residents and how they become friends, and in the end, you know, how they solve their life problems per se. I don't want to say too much. This book, if you saw my last video about books, I told you I was reading this, and I was very confused because I didn't know what the goal of this book was. You know how when we read, I don't know, like the Percy Jackson series, you know, in the end we want to beat the bad guy, right? Or in the end you want to win something, in the end you want to get something. This, I didn't know what was the goal of this book until the end, which ended up being a beautiful story. Like I said, it's very slow. It's very slow, but I think it's totally worth it. I would definitely recommend this book. It's, like I said, it's more about family and how you find family outside of your real family, like outside of your blood. So yeah, and there's also, and this is not a spoiler, it does say it on the description, there's 3 ghosts. So there's a little bit of paranormal here, but not in a spooky way. I would say in a very beautiful way. So yeah, that was my first read, and of course, there's a book of the month book, and this was from, let me tell you, September 2022. So yeah, definitely recommend. It would be a good read for the winter, fall, when you don't have much to do, when you want to take some time. I will definitely recommend this book for that. Then, I don't know what happened to me, but remember I showed you these 2 books that I got on my last book of the month? Well, these are the 2 books that I read. I read this one first, and I read it in one day. I'm not joking, I'm not lying. If you read this book, you know what I'm talking about. So I read this in one day. I actually read this too the last 2 days of November. So the other book actually took me the entire month, literally. Not in a bad way, again. So this is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I told you before I read Love on the Brain, which is the second book that she released. Again, not related to this one. It's just the second book that she released. I loved it so much that I ordered this one, and it did not disappoint at all. So yes, I read it in one day. It's about this girl here. Her name is, let me see, Olive. That's right, I forget names, sorry. But it's about Olive, and the story starts by her kissing this guy all of a sudden because she's trying to fake a relationship, and her best friend happens to walk by, and that's who she wants to lie to. So she kisses this guy, and this guy happens to be the guy that everyone dislikes per se, because it's one of the professors, and you know, he has that reputation of being an ass. So the story starts there. It's hilarious, it's funny. Obviously there's some romance in it. It's not too long, it's not too short, and yeah, I mean, it's a funny story. I definitely recommend this one as well. And this is from September 2021, so this is from last year, so it's kind of an old book, but it's never too late to read, and definitely recommend. And then this author is coming out with another book, and I believe that's coming out March, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw it on her Instagram, because of course now I'm a big fan, and yeah, that's what we got from this book. And then the third book I read, it's literally, I read The Love Hypothesis, and then the next day I started The Kiss Curse, and I also finished this one in one day. It would have been only Other Birds on November, honestly, but these last two were so good, fast reads. You want to finish the book in one sitting type of book. So The Kiss Curse by Arian Sterling. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Anyways, this is the second book of The Ex-Hex, which I read last year. It's not necessarily a continuation. Is that even a word? I don't know. But it talks about the main character on the other one. So the main character on this book is the cousin of the other one. So yeah, it starts by, you know, what's her name again? Jesus Christ, Gwen. And she lives in Graceland. That's where everything happens. They're witches. There's some fantasy in it. And this guy called Wells Penhallow comes to move to the town, and that's where the story starts. And then Wells, it's also the brother of the male main character of the previous book, The Ex-Hex. So I wouldn't say you have to read the other one to read this one, but if you plan to read The Ex-Hex, you're gonna get the spoilers on this one on what happened in the other book. So, you know, read it in order if you want to read both books. But yeah, another hilarious story. They have to figure out why Gwen is having some trouble with her magic, and they go in this adventure per se together. Everything happens in the town. They're not traveling or anything like that. But yeah, so funny, romance, love it, love it, love it, love it. So definitely recommend. Quick read, very quick read. But yeah, that's another book that's gonna go to my bookshelf. I might reread in the future because I love it. All right, now book of the month for December. Actually, they released it this time a couple of days before December. Like the last 2 days of November, I believe. They already had the books ready, and of course I had to order them. So let me open the book, or the box I should say. And you haven't seen it before, it looks like that. The book always, or the box always looks the same. Book of the month is a subscription. You can get books every month. It doesn't have merchandise like other subscriptions, and you have my referral link on the description box below if you wanna sign up, and you can get, I believe, your first book for $5. And they're hardcover, so definitely recommend. You don't have to use my referral link, but definitely look for a referral link so you can get the discount. All right, and for December, I'm kind of in the same genre of the two books I just read. I had Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cotron. By Allison, that's the author. So this is for December 22nd, one of the 5 books that they had as an option. And this one is, let me tell you a little bit about it because I already forgot. I ordered books and I forget what they are all about. Anyways, it's the best time of the year. So yeah, it's more like a Christmassy type of love story. And now I remember. So let me read it to you. 1 year ago, recent Portland transplant Ellie Oliver had her dream job in animation in a Christmas Eve bookstore meet cute with a woman she fell in love with over the course of a single night. So she falls in love with a woman over the course of a single night, but she never sees her again. And what happened is that she finds this guy who they decide to fake a relationship. So it's a fake a relationship situation, and everything goes to hell when he introduces her to the family, and his sister happened to be that one night love. Now I remember what this story is all about. So yes, I'm excited for this book. I'm gonna try to read it before the year ends because since it is a Christmassy story, but I can't promise that. My TBR is just way too long, so I can't promise that. But yeah, excited for this book. And amazing that I remember what the story is about. All right, and then this one, I actually got this one for free. So Book of the Month is an amazing subscription again because you get chances to get free books many times, I would say. So for example, if you sign up with my referral link, you get the discount and I get a free credit for an add-on. So you can have your book of the month up to 2 add-ons every month. So I will get a credit that way, so a free book that way. Also my birthday month, I get a free add-on, so I get a free book. And then at the end of the year, they have like book of the year. They have about 5 finalists and then the book of the year. And at the last month, December, you can get either one of the 5 finalists, I guess, free. So out of the 5 finalists, I already had 2 of them, and those are actually the only 2 that I was interested in. So I was like, I don't want to miss my chance to get a free book. So I chose this one, which happened to be the best book of the year, or book of the year 2022, and it's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And I have no clue what this book is all about, so I'm gonna have to check it out. If you've read it, let me know what you thought of this book. It seems like the author, let me show you, the author already has several books out, so it's not a debut novel or anything like that. So yeah, like I said, I have no clue what this is about. I'm gonna be reading it and letting you know. Oh, okay, so I think from what I remember, it's about 2 guys or 2 people, I think it's a girl and a guy, that overnight have some kind of success, and it's how they develop that success, I guess. I believe there's no romance in between the 2 characters, so you know, we'll see what this is all about. Like I said, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you think it's the book of the year to you, at least. Oh, okay, so this is the 5 books, the 5 finalists for book of the year, and I already had this one, and obviously this one I just read. So if I knew I was gonna get it for free, I would waited, but I didn't know. I forgot. I didn't know. I didn't check. Whatever. All right. But yes, this too. I wasn't too interested in those stories, so this is the one that I ended up choosing. And like I said, it's the one that won book of the year, and it's the subscribers who choose who or which book is book of the year. So yeah, and then what else we have? Oh, we have stickers this month. So you get stickers sometimes. It's actually the 2nd time I got it this year, so I'm not mad about it. And you always get one bookmark, which always has some kind of fun sentence, and it says same time tomorrow, right? So I use them. I actually use the bookmarks all the time. So yeah, that's all we got for book of the month. Now this is trash or recycle, I should say. And lastly, I want to share what I'm reading right now at the moment. It is The Heart Principle, which I also got last month. I do want to say I have a lot of book of the month books, but I do read outside of the subscription, so maybe I'll share that in the future. But as of now, I am reading this one, The Heart Principle. I'm kind of halfway through, as you can see, and yes, I am using the book of the month bookmark here. So it's an interesting book so far. Definitely not the same feel as the ones I just read, like Love Hypothesis or The Kiss Curse. It's very like real life feeling. It's not magical, it's not comic, it's not, you know, it doesn't have the comedy part onto it. It's more like a real life issues. But yeah, that's what I am reading right now. Again, let me know if you read any of these books on the comments, and I always like to share my thoughts, and I always like to read what other people think of these books. And if you have any recommendations, by all means, let me know. But yeah, that's all for this book or this video. And I want to share, of course, that I have a little business that is bookish related, like this mug and other stuff. So if you're interested, the link to my website is also in the description below. I will really like if you can at least visit the website and let me know what you thought of the things I saw. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.